Smiles were everywhere, glasses raised in celebration. My brother stood proudly, his hand resting over the swell of my ex-wife's pregnant stomach. Laughter echoed around the room, but I sat silently, waiting. Then I rose. Holding up my glass in one hand and an envelope in the other, I spoke. "Read it," I said. The room fell quiet, and then everything unraveled. There was a time when I had it all: a loving wife, a loyal brother, and a life I'd built with my bare hands. James, my younger brother, used to look up to me, or so I believed. Sarah and I had shared 6 years of marriage. I never expected the treachery. Never imagined the two people I cherished most would shatter my entire world. When I uncovered their betrayal, it felt like being stabbed in the heart. Worse, Sarah left me and moved on with James. Months later, they announced they were expecting a child. Everyone assumed the baby was his. But I knew the truth. And today, during their baby shower, they were about to learn it too. The night everything changed still haunts me. I came home early from a work trip, eager to surprise Sarah. But the surprise was mine. Clothes littered the floor. I heard muffled giggling behind the bedroom door. Then James's voice. I charged in and found them, tangled in our bed. Sarah screamed. James stuttered. I didn't say a word. I just turned and walked away. The divorce came quickly. I cut all ties and tried to heal. Then came the pregnancy news. Something didn't feel right. I did the math. Suspicions turned into certainty. I got a paternity test. The result? I was a father. James took my wife, but not my child. Now here I stood, in their moment of bliss, ready to reclaim what was mine. The room was full of the same people who had once celebrated my marriage. They embraced Sarah and James, unaware of the storm brewing. I sat in the corner, watching. Sarah avoided eye contact, pretending I wasn't there. James with a smug look of man who thought he'd won, but he had no idea. I had spent months collecting proof, paternity results, medical documentation, even texts between Sarah and her doctor confirming the conception timeline. They acted like they were in a fairy tale. Sarah beamed about James being a wonderful father. James bragged about their future with smug confidence. Then came the toasts. My mother spoke first, offering her blessings. James lifted his glass. "To family," he said. I stood. "To the truth." All heads turned. I pulled the envelope from my jacket. "Open it, James." He chuckled. "What's this?" "One more desperate stunt, big brother." Sarah shot me a look, silently pleading. "Just open it." He tore it open. "Read the contents." His smile disappeared. "No, that's not possible," he muttered. Sarah's face turned pale. I took a step forward. "Oh, it's possible. That's a DNA test. And guess what? You're not the dad. I am." Gasps erupted. Shock rippled through the room. My mother clutched her chest. "Sarah, is this true?" Sarah clung to James's arm. "He's lying." I pulled out my phone and opened the text from her doctor. "Read them, James." He took the phone, hands shaking, eyes scanning the screen. His color drained. Sarah lunged, trying to snatch it away. I moved back. "You both deceived me. But this child, he's mine." James looked at her, his voice hollow. "Tell me it's not true." She opened her mouth, but said nothing, just silence. My mother's voice rang out. "You lied to us, Sarah, to all of us." Sarah's eyes welled with tears. I wasn't sure." I laughed bitterly. "You were sure. You just didn't care." The air was heavy with disbelief. I wasn't done. James staggered back. "You made me believe this baby was mine. You let me dream about a family." Sarah reached out. "James, I love you." He pulled away. "Love? You used me to hurt him." I turned to the room. "You all deserve the truth. I never abandoned my child. I was cut out of his life." Sarah's mother rose, voice icy. "How could you do this, Sarah?" No one moved to console her. She sat there exposed. James clenched his fists, anger overtaking the shock. "I gave you everything. And for what? A lie." I leaned in close. Now you know how betrayal tastes. James ripped off his dad-to-be, sash, and hurled on the floor. I'm done. Sarah broke down in tears. I looked her dead in the eyes. You thought I'd vanish, that I'd just go away. She looked up, terrified. I'm going for full custody. You can't, she whispered. I smiled. Just watch me. James stormed out, slamming the door. Sarah sat alone in her shattered dream, and for the first time in months, I felt peace. Days later, I filed for full parental rights. James cut off all contact with Sarah. Their relationship, built on secrets, couldn't survive the truth. My mother, once heartbroken, stood beside me again. You did what you had to. I looked at my son's ultrasound image, knowing he deserved a father who'd fight for him, love him, and never walk away. Their betrayal destroyed me. But the truth set me free. They took my past, but I reclaimed my future. Sarah lost her marriage. James lost his pride. And me? I gained something priceless. My son, because truth always finds a way out. And when it does, justice follows. Always.